Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting into? We are getting into Married at First Sight Australia series 12. We are now on episode 8 and we know Confessions Week continues with these diabolical people, let me tell you. Anyway, before I get into this episode, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button when you know I'm on and doing videos. Please comment, like, share and do the good things that you do, because I continue to be on the road to 1k. Do you know what, I kind of think I missed that out on my last video, but hey ho, here we are. Let's continue. So we see Adrian and Afina already the next morning being flirty with each other again. And I'm just like, the fundamental issues continue to be ignored and glossed over between them two, which I don't believe is good at the end of the day. Yes, Afina, we know, likes Adrian. Yes, we know that they have good chemistry. But I'm kind of thinking, what else is there beyond that? Do they have that solid foundation for a marriage besides this now? And I think time is starting to press on that he needs to seriously start considering these things from now. And she needs to keep having these open conversations and dialogues with him too. So Afina is questioning at this point her attraction to Adrian, at least whether it will be a good foundation or if it's just a sexual thing and that's it. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to get past the most important person in my life may not be accepted by this man, and he wants to use this experiment, his marriage, to me as a testing ground to see if he could get there. That wouldn't be good enough for me. It honestly wouldn't. So then we see Afina and Adrian do the X-Files task. I do kind of think that Afina and Adrian can romanticize things a little bit, and when reality bites them in the arse, they cannot cope with it well, and then it gets brushed under the carpet, and then the next day it's still there needing to be addressed, but then they ignore it. They continue on with what it is that they were doing previously. So the first question they started out well with, it's when they get to the cheating question. So Afina talked about how she had cheated before on a past partner, and I think it's the partner who is the father to her son. She said she was around 21, 22, and she'd made out with someone in the bar, and she did go back and tell her ex at the time what had happened, but they decided to continue with their relationship. So when she says, like, she starts to go into the explanation, like, we had a family and a house, Adrian was jumped in straight away, condemning her, like, there's no excuses, you cheated, it's a yes or no. I'm like, whoa, judgmental much, mate. Cheating isn't nice, and we all get that cheating is not right. But I am going to say, in response to Afina, is that there is context there. Okay, she'd been with this dude from when she was 15 years old. She got to 21, 22 and did something stupid in kissing another person at a bar. She was open and honest with her ex-partner at the time, and they continued to have a relationship which resulted in their son, and they stayed together until she was 30. Do I need to say any more? So Adrian feels like Afina does not want to take self-accountability, as she keeps saying but, and he sees it as her continuing to make excuses, but she's not making excuses. She's literally sitting there explaining to Adrian the literal context and what had happened during that time, and he's not willing to listen to that because he's saying it's just cut and dried for him at the end of the day. But the cheek of it is when the producers spoke to Adrian, and they said to him, have you ever cheated, Adrian? He says he's never cheated, so he's all smiles. They asked him if he had answered all his questions in that task honestly. So Adrian's all smiles, smizing away, and he says, yeah, I did. So they asked him, are you sure? Every single one. He again says yes. So he was asked, what if I say I have seen your application? And the way that smile dropped off this man's face, it was epic. Like, seriously epic. It was so satisfying. That's what I'm going to say. I thought, this man is hiding something here. So they asked him, if he has ever cheated on someone. This man tried to play it every which way, fast and loose, yeah, with his context. But it came around to the fact that yes, he did cheat. Yes, he was going out with someone. He didn't cheat when he went out with them. They'd split up. Then they had the conversations, decided that they were going to try again. And within the hemisphere of them trying again, Adrian was sleeping with somebody else. But he tried to say that he was not cheating because specifically they were not boyfriend and girlfriend. Man tried to play semantics with it. I thought, no, love, that's cheating. And that's worse than what Afwina did. I'm laughing now because I'm like, some of these men are just, oh my God, just literally, oh my God. Like, so Rhea and Jeff do the letter writing task. But they kind of like, they know each other, they do get on. But will they get past the friendship zone? So Rhea basically, I think both of them decided to use the task to talk about the current state of where they are today with each other in their marriage. She told Jeff that she felt robbed of marrying a stranger and how she struggled in essence to see a future with them. But she then turned and she does say that she does see potential in them and she believes that she is with the right person when it comes to Jeff. And I'm just like, but that's good. That is good. That is really, really good that they're on that emotional level playing field, because at the end of the day, yes, they went out with each other previously. Yes, they had intimate knowledge of each other previously, but these are things that they can work on, they can build a foundation on, because they still remained friends at the end of that. So this is them getting to know each other in a different type of context. It wasn't just a we're dating for a month type of thing, sexual partners type of thing. Now they're working in regards to a marriage and seeing if they can have longevity with each other. So we go to Jackie and Ryan. They are doing the letter writing task. I'm just like, will Jackie sit there, literally think about the letter that she has to write, and then literally sit and say to Ryan exactly what is upsetting for her in regards to him and what she needs from him in that sense? Let him know a little bit more about who she is, or will she play more games with this dude? Because I don't think Jackie is as honest as she lets on, to be honest with her. She's an absolutely gorgeous woman, don't get me wrong, but I don't think she's as honest in what she needs to say and do besides writing a fucking CV about herself. So I don't think this task will help them at all. Like, seriously. Ryan is way too laid back. And in goes Jackie with her letter. This letter was a freaking CV. It was an absolutely CV to herself. And I'm wondering, well, where's the confessions? Where's the deeper aspect of this task coming from them? Like, I wanted to go to sleep when I listened to all the accolades she kept on listing and how she sees herself as this perfect catch and yada, yada, yada. And poor Ryan's face was the epitome of what I felt. Yeah. This man couldn't believe what he was hearing. Honestly, couldn't believe what he was hearing. All I heard was assets, assets, assets. And Ryan was right when he said she came off as condescending and patronising. And then this woman wonders why she can't keep a man. Because, like, come on, people, what was that? Like, seriously, what was that? Well, Ryan got what Jackie was putting down, basically, because as Jackie didn't directly say where Ryan was failing, but more so again spoke around the subject. But Ryan is not as stupid as he looks. Basically, he got it. He got exactly what she did with that letter. Like, seriously, this woman wanted to have at least 500 million as her goal. I'm like, the lofty standards in this one is real. Like, seriously, Ryan told her, like, he was more curious to hear about Jackie. He wanted to hear about her past. He wanted to hear about her emotions. He didn't want to hear about her freaking attributes because he already knows this. She wrote it in her motherfucking vows at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So why regurgitate all of that again? And I thought, but this is who Jackie is. She believes herself to be a high value woman. And I don't think she has an emotional bone in her body. Unless it's to make her look a certain way. Even her crying, to me, in my opinion, is rehearsed, like fully rehearsed. Even Ryan said it was like her reading out a resume. And it really was. It really was. Jackie went off on this dude and said, "You are here to get to know me." And he said nothing good about it at all. But me. These people. Seriously. Oh my God. I thought, what did this woman expect when she reeled off a CV? It was cold. It was clinical. It was analytical, and it was pointless. It was absolutely pointless. Ryan was right in what he said to her at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie, he was right. And Jackie was treating Ryan unfairly, to be honest, in my estimations. And this freaking search for perfection is literally getting on my last nerve. Like, seriously, it doesn't exist. It really doesn't. We are human beings, yeah. We are not perfect. So where she's striving to find this perfection, this perfect freaking partner, is beyond me, because she's not perfect herself, and this show is showing how she has imperfections. Can I say one word? Jackie is delusional. She's absolutely in Delulu City. She really is. So Ryan said to her, "If I am looking to emotionally connect with you, this is not the way I go about it." This woman had the audacity to say the way that Ryan communicates is toxic. I thought, excuse me, rewind and come again, my selector, because I didn't fully understand that, because Jackie said, what? Ryan is effectively communicating his disappointment in what he heard read to him. And she took him as being toxic because he wasn't kissing her ass that she expected him to do. Jackie is she's diabolical. She's absolutely diabolical. How can you literally insult a person like that and call them toxic? Their communication is toxic, when actually his communication style is not toxic. I think they have completely two different communication styles when it comes to them raising the points about each other and what it is they want from each other. They have completely different communication styles, but Ryan's communication style is not toxic. It really isn't. So Ryan was done. As soon as she said he was toxic and his communication style was in essence harmful to her, he was like, yeah, I'm done with this task. I just thought, Jackie, you are literally off your plank on that one, because yeah, what she did and what she said to Ryan was totally uncalled for. So then we moved to Tony and Marina, and they have another task, and I thought, okay, will Tony stay alert this time for this one? So they have the X-Files task. So Marina, I think, wanted to know a bit about his ex, and Tony was explaining basically that, Tony and his ex enjoyed each other's company, and his ex, the nice thing she would do for him is literally look at different venues, book them, and then they will go to them and have that fun and discuss them and da-da-da-da-da. So Marina was shocked by that, and she verbally made sure aware that she was shocked that him and his ex were so close that they did these things and find things enjoyable with each other. So as Tony is trying to talk and say more, Marina is talking over him consistently. I mean, she asked the question, Tony is trying to answer the question, and she just literally kept on talking over this man. And I'm just like, Marina, shush. Let Tony finish his sentence at least, you know what I mean? So all Tony wanted when he was talking to producers was for Marina to listen to him and let him talk. And of course, it's frustrating when someone talks over you, and Tony was getting miffed, but because he wanted to share his feelings with her, but she was not allowing him that space in which to do so. So then we see Jamie and Dave get the audition task, and I kind of hope I was hoping that Dave would hear Jamie talk about how she wants a dude that looked like they were doing 20 to life, because what? That was diabolical in and of itself. But the audition tape that Dave saw of Jamie was absolutely hilarious. This girl read out her red flag list. I find that shit hilarious. Jamie was just being Jamie at the end of the day. So then we go to Hafwina and Adrian, and their task was to complete the confessions letter. Hafwina wants to used that task to allow Adrian to know more about her. But she wrote the letter in regards to him knowing more about her being a mother and her son, basically. And Adrian's dick. Adrian didn't even do the task at all. Fuina absolutely thought that he was joking at first in regards to him not doing it. Like he didn't take the time to write the letter. He showed her the blank page, and this man thought it was funny, and that's what pissed me off all the more, yeah, because Fuina went off and literally looked like she'd wrote a 4-page freaking letter about her son, so he could get to know her through her mummy vision at the end of the day. And this man had to cheat to say, I didn't do it. Warning lights are blinking on this man for me right now. Like, seriously, I can't ignore them. Fuina refused to give Adrian her letter, which is a good thing. And this man said he felt the need not to share anything, as the moments he went through, he didn't want to share. But that's not being open and honest with your wife, or the person that you expect is going to be your wife at the end of all of this, is it? This man doesn't want Fuina besides the physical, is how I'm seeing it at the end of the day. So for Fuina, she said to Adrian that it solidified for her that there were things that Adrian could write, because he did confirm that, but she is not the right person for him to write them to. And I thought, and this is why Fuina should stop trying with this man. Like, seriously, he is not emotionally ready for marriage at all. Never mind being an adult enough to be a father figure to someone else's child. He is not emotionally equipped or ready for that. Even though he likes to feel that he is not. Adrian tried to tell Fuina that he didn't say that she wasn't the right person, but Adrian can't see in his behaviour and his actions, he's actually showing her that she is not the right person for him. Yeah, so what he says is he doesn't see Fuina as his person in his actions, otherwise he would have done the task. He chose not to do it. He's just really dismissive of Fuina's feelings throughout all of that. And I swear, if they blow and then end up having a make-up, whatever it is after all of this, I will be so disappointed in Fuina, like, seriously, because this man is literally showing her who he is. But because of the great connection, the sexual chemistry that they have in X, Y, and Z, she's overlooking that each time, because he's, as I said, he's able to talk her around. So the producers asked Adrian why he didn't do the challenge, and he just said, I don't know. I just didn't want to do it. Adrian is hiding something for sure. He really is. Yeah, because if he truly wished for Fuina to know more about him, he would have opened up. He would have seen the positivity of that task at the end of the day. So Adrian, what was getting on my nerves with him was he was grinning like an ass. Full on grinning when Fuina told him, if you wanted to have 10 weeks of fun, you have the wrong girl. And he said, if I wanted to have fun, I wouldn't be here with the girl I met 3 weeks ago. I thought, but you did though. You are here with the girl you met 3 weeks ago and you're looking to have fun. So how did that make sense, to be fair? I think it's just a waste of time for Fuina to continually explain things to Adrian. Adrian is an arse. In this episode, he was clearly getting on my tits, to be honest with you. He was deflecting and arguing all over the place. This man actually said to Fuina that she needed to control her talking. That's what he said to her, you need to control your talking. And then he said to the producers that if she stopped talking and listen, she would hear what it was that he was saying. Adrian talks bollocks, like absolute bollocks. Fuina is valid in her feelings. All he did was shut her feelings down because he wanted to be the only person speaking in that moment. It's Adrian who needed to control his talking. It's Adrian who needed to do some active listening in terms of what it is that Fuina was saying and take it on board, but he didn't. Adrian was trying to say that Fuina heard what she wanted to hear when he was the one who said the words. He turned around and said, I have stuff that I could have wrote down, but I didn't want to. Ergo, he didn't want to share it with Fuina. So Fuina saying that she was not the right person that he wanted to share it with was actually quite true. This man is a joke. Like an absolute joke. He's literally saying Fuina didn't hear what he actually said out of his mouth, but she made it up, even though he said it. But he got Fuina's back up when he turned around and he said, that's the end of, as in end of the conversation. She turned around and she said to him, don't you end of me at the end of the day. I would have been, dude, don't you dare silence me. Don't you dare silence me, because at the end of the day, that's the theme with Adrian. That's an absolute theme with Adrian. So then we go to Jackie and Ryan. So Jackie decided to go shopping to get Ryan a peace offering for the situation that happened the day before. So she brought him a book that said basically couple goals and building a strong financial future together. Ryan took it in his stride. He thought it was funny, and I think that's the type of humour that they have with each other. I don't necessarily get it, other people will, but that's just how they are together. And then we move on to Billy and Sierra, who do the photo ranking task. Sierra is one of these people where she has a lot of insecurities of herself, but she covers that up with humour. She also covers that up with an outlook of, I'm this confident person, when in essence half of the time she's not a confident person. And I think Billy has definitely picked that up, let me just put it that way. So Sierra is absolutely funny when she's doing her rankings, and she puts Tony as high. So Billy goes, oh, do you like a little bit of a silver fox then? And she goes, I do like daddies. I was like, oh my god. She did make me laugh though. I laughed at that, to be honest with you. She put Adrian second because she found him really attractive, and I thought, ew, okay, all right, but ew. And of course she put Billy at the top. So then it was Billy's turn, and you could see that Sierra was feeling a little bit awkward because this is the bit that she didn't really want to do. When it was her turn and doing it, she was okay, but now she's feeling a little bit more exposed with Billy doing it. So Billy turns around, and that's why I say he's such a good egg, and he says to her, I don't really want to do this task, and it doesn't make him feel happy doing it. And he shared that completely with Sierra. So he then put Sierra as the only person on the wall, because he said he's only there for her at the end of the day. He doesn't care about the others. So I'm happy he did that for her, because she needed that. So Jake and Ashley do the photo ranking task. Let's just say it started out all light and airy. So Jake says to Ashley and to the producers that he is going to be honest and truthful in regards to how he's going to rank these people. So this man is putting down the photos of these girls. He puts down Jackie. He calls Jackie crazy eyes. And I was like, oh, what? Okay, let's move on. He says about Morena, she's too old, out of his comfort range. I was like, Jesus, this is going from bad to worse. So then he says about Sierra, her face screams, I could stab you in your sleep. I was like, wow. Wow. So then he moved to Hafwina. This man says, I don't want to sound racist or nothing. I was like, mate, at that part, from that part, whatever you need to say next, please don't say it. Please don't say it, because it will come off sounding a little bit racist. So he did carry on with, he likes more Caucasian people, mainly or mostly. But he put Afrina where he put her higher because of her physical features. Ashley stood next to Jake looking at this man as if to say, who the hell is this and who the frick did I just marry? Like, seriously. She didn't know where to put herself at that point in time, because his breakdown of the women she knew was freaking red flag city. It was disgusting. It was absolutely terrible. He gets to he talks about her lazy eye, but said she's pretty, I guess. I just thought this man has a convoluted view of women, like seriously, and to what he terms as him finding supposedly attractive. So his way in looking at attractiveness is in putting women down in the hurtful way that he did. So he put Karina as number one because he says that she's conventionally pretty. Ashley, you could see, was pissed at Jake and his dissemination of each of the women, because it was sickening. It really was sickening to watch and to hear, to be honest with you. So now he then places Ashley and he says, I will chuck you right in the middle. I was like, wow. He put Ashley fourth. I then had the audacities to say to the producers that 4 is a good rating. He would not conventionally go for someone who looks like that. And that's how he said the words, who looks like that. And he meant Ashley, the woman that he married. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. I was rooting for Jake. Like, I thought Jake was lovely. And I just thought, all these men right now are falling like little nasty ass flies. And I thought there must be something in the damn motherfucking water. Because what? It's fascinating to me that he plays Ashley below Hafwina when he said he doesn't go for people who are not Caucasian. It's just hella madness. So this man said if he was being honest, he could have put Ashley lower than Sierra. He was tossing that around in his mind. I thought, after all the heinous shit he just said about Sierra, yeah, you're saying that she would win out from the woman that you married. I was like, to think I liked this man in the beginning, proved me bloody wrong. Let's just put it that way. So Ashley did pull Jake up in terms of what he'd said about the women, yeah. He turned around and tried to play it off as though it was a joke. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not banter. It's not for him to have a connection with his wife. No one would connect with a man saying horrendous shit like that about other women's appearances or character at the end of the day, especially when you're rating them in regards to attractiveness and whether you find them attractive. What is him saying? Oh, it's not racist, but I only go for Caucasian people, is in the grand scheme of things, because we hear what you're saying. We're reading between the lines in terms of what it is that Jake is saying when he says something like that. When he turns around and says that Sierra looks like someone that would stand at the edge of the bed with a knife, literally stab you in your sleep. What the fuck is that? No, honestly, what was that? Yeah, how could anybody think that was funny? That's not funny. So Jake really didn't get where Ashley was coming from when she pulled him up on it. And I just thought, my guy, if you had said this to another person or said this to the people you're talking about, how did he think that would play out? They wouldn't see it as a joke. They really wouldn't see it as a joke. Jake made himself look like a total tool, like an absolute tool. I mean, who starts a sentence, I don't mean this to sound racist? Once the word racist enters the chat, that's the mindset that you have. It's the mindset where you say, oh, I best not say anything else after that because it is going to sound hella racist. It's going to sound hella racist. And it did. So now Jake is starting to place himself as the victim. The weird thing was, he waved to the camera that was there, smiled, and then the smile quickly came off his face. The man in that little snippet, that space, looked like a motherfucking psychopath. I ain't gonna lie. Like, seriously. I'm not saying that's who he is as a person, but the way in which it... Jeez. This man then got off the table and said that he's done. He's done. He felt the world was against him. And Jake really needed to take responsibility for what he said at that point. So Dave and Jamie, at long last, confirmed that they consummated the marriage. And I'm just going to say I'm glad that they went at their own pace. And you see Karina and Paul are getting closer. So then, before this episode comes to an end, you see Ashley in the bathroom filming herself. And she talks about how she had one too few many drinks the night before. And she's basically confessing a thing that she did. So she said she did something that she shouldn't have done. And I'm just sitting there thinking, what the fuck did she do? So basically she knocked on Sierra and Billy's door. And she was basically saying that she was having, as you do when you're feeling a certain way after someone's made you feel a certain way, especially the impact Jake's words had on her. She started having a stupid drunk girl social with Sierra. She basically says that she wish she never knocked on her door, and then it cuts to Sierra and Billy's door. And I'm like thinking, hurry up, what the frick did she say? I had already had an inkling that she probably told Sierra exactly what Jake had said to her. Sierra is sitting and having a conversation with Billy, and Sierra is telling Billy that Ashley was very perturbed and shocked in regards to the comments Jake was making in the photo ranking challenge. Oh, I was just like, oh, here it goes. She talked about exactly what Jake had said about herself, and this is where Billy literally went off, and he was like, I don't like what he said at all. And it's when they get to the confessions of the couch, they would definitely be unpacking that. Man said that Jake looked like Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you know what? I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad somebody else said it and it weren't me, because that's essentially the view I was thinking, that that's who he looked like. I was like, raw. Oh, I thought, oh, the shit is going to hit the fan. And at this moment in time, Jake does not know what is about to come his way. Like, seriously doesn't know. And as we already know, Katie is still in this part of the episode. So that is where that episode ended. I'll be back in quick succession with the next episode. As I do say, my renegades, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so when I'm doing videos, please comment, like, share and do the good things that you do, because I continue to be on the road to 1K. Peace out.